Hello and welcome to this forward folding practice. You'll need a strap. Come to lie down on your back. And we'll start with Supta Tadasana. So bring the legs together, bring the big toes together, reach through the balls of the feet, but pull the toes towards you. Also reach through the inner heels. And actually bend the knees for just a moment and scoop the buttocks under. So I'm lifting the hips up slightly, scooping the buttocks under, lengthening the tailbone, then straightening out the legs again. And again, big toes together, reach through the balls of the feet, lightly pull the toes towards you. You should feel the inner line of the leg engaged. And then draw the navel to the spine. This is actually core work right here, as it always is in your forward folds. You don't want to collapse through the core. And then take the shoulder blades down the back a little bit and press the outer edges of the shoulder, outer arm down into the mat. Tuck the low ribs in. So you're lying down on the ground and you're sweating bullets and burning lots of calories. All your muscles are engaged, and there's a natural receding of the face and towards the back of the skull. Arms are long, fingers are reaching. Supta Tadasana. And then pull that right knee in. Strap the right foot so that you have two straps to work with here. And take that strap into towards the heel. It's in the arch, but it's towards the heel. And keep your awareness on that left leg. Really reach through the inner left heel. Spin the inner left thigh down into the earth. So you actually open the outer left hip a little bit there with that action. And take the right hip crease away from you. And you can have your arms be in a little bit of traction here too. Keep them shoulder width apart. So yes, the right hamstring is opening, but notice how much is going on everywhere else. Nice deep breathing, always in your asana practice, that ocean breath, or at least just a steady, soft and easy nostril breathing if possible. And pull the shoulders into the mat and plug the arm bone into the shoulders. And as you're ready, take both straps in the right hand, reach the left arm out, and scoop that right buttock down and away from you. So you really can come to the outer edge of that right hip. And again, this arm can be in traction a little bit here, the right arm, but plug the arm into the shoulder. And other than that, let it stretch out. Keep pressing that left thigh down and keep reaching through that inner left heel. And you're pulling the right sit bone down towards that left heel and then reaching out through that inner right heel as well. Inhale to bring the leg back through center. Exhale, take the strap in the left hand. Take the right arm over to the right. And I'll have to scooch over a bit here so that you can see everything that's happening. Keep taking both sit bones away from you, that right hip crease away from you, reaching through both inner heels. So you're actually pulling the pinky toes towards, on both sides, towards the outer knee and the outer knee towards the outer hip. So we're lengthening through the inner line of the leg and compacting a bit through the outer leg. And as you're ready, any amount over to the left. And again, you can traction that left arm a bit, and you'll only come as far as you can keep the right shoulder and arm firmly planted on the surface beneath you. And make sure that you keep that left leg really strong. Keep reaching out through the inner left heel. Keep reaching out through the inner right heel as well. And you're in a twist. So in this warm up here on the floor with our Supta Hasta Padangustasana variations, you should feel a twist, a little bit of a back bend in that Supta Tadasana at the beginning. And obviously, when we have that flexion through the hips, there's a little bit of a forward folding action. But here in the twist, also make sure you find your side stretch. So take that right hip away from you. Open the right side body. And inhale, come back through center. And exhale, pull that right knee in towards the right armpit. You can use the strap here. You want the sole of the right foot to really be up on the sky. Stay strong and long through that left leg. And if you're able to reach the foot and pull that knee in towards the right armpit, certainly do that. Inner right thigh alongside the outer right ribs. So come into whatever part of this you can. Make sure you're really listening to the body's wisdom. And then inhale, reach the leg up. Exhale, lower it down. And we'll prepare for the other side. So take that left knee in. Take that strap close to the heel, but still in the arch. Reach through the right inner heel. Pull the pinky toes towards you and reach the inner heels away from you. So again, lengthening the inner line of the legs and hugging the outer line of the legs. Keep the hands shoulder width apart. Plug the arm bone into the shoulder, shoulder into the mat. And focus more on that right leg as opposed to trying to get into a tug of a war here with your left leg. Nice deep breathing, and then take the left hand, take the straps in to the left hand, reach the right arm out to the right, and see if I'm sort of scooping that left buttock under. It really helps to create space and do all of the alignments that we're working for here. Contraction that left arm again, but plug the arm bone into the shoulder. Reach through the inner right heels, press that right hip, right thigh down, pull the pinky toes towards you, draw the navel to the spine. And as you're ready, inhale, come back through center. Exhale, take the strap in both straps in the right arm, take that left arm out to the left. And as you come across to the right, make sure that you're really keeping that right leg long and strong. It might roll over a little bit, but have the sense that it's really reaching out and away and staying in alignment. And then just come across as far as you can while still keeping the left shoulder, left arm grounded. And then get that side stretch. Really take that left hip towards that right heel. Reach through the inner heel on both legs. And as you're ready, inhale, come back through center. Exhale, come into that half of a happy baby. Knee towards the armpit. Inner left thigh towards the outer left ribs. And when you're ready, release the strap. Take the leg up and slowly lower it down. Find your Supta Tadasana again. Find a little bit of a back bend, lifting the back of the spine towards the heart, but keeping the upper back spread wide, reaching into the outer shoulder area where it meets the arm. Scooping the buttocks under, taking the tailbone towards the heels, moving the heels away from you, especially the inner heel, inner line of the leg engaged, navel to spine. And then always a chance here to rock and roll. Inhale up, exhale back, inhale up, exhale back, and inhale up. And if you prefer, of course, you'll simply roll over to one side and find your way up to seated from there. And then you may need to put a couple of blankets under your sit bones for Upavista Konasana. So tenting the fingers behind you, finding that tiny back bend in the upper back, lifting and spreading the chest, pulling the upper spine forward, but lift the low belly in and up. Pull the pinky toes towards the outer knee, pull the outer knee in towards the outer hip, and reach from the inner groin through the inner knee into the inner heel. And toes towards the sky. Take a peek at your toes. Sometimes they don't quite know where the sky is, so make sure that they're pointing right towards the sky. And then reach through the ball of the foot as well as the inner heel. Upavista Konasana. This is really it. This is it. You can come forward. That's up to you. Can you keep all of this alignment? Can you keep open and spacious through the front body? Then yes, go ahead. Come forward. Come forward a little bit at a time. Inhaling, get that length through the front body. Exhale, open and widen the back body. Keep taking the inner thigh up to the sky. Keep rolling the outer thigh down into the earth. Feel free to have a chair here for your head, a couple of blocks, one block, or if it's available, take the big toe, pull the big toe as if you're trying to get the fingers to grow longer. So don't let the fingers pull the big toe in, let the big toe pull the fingers away from you. And maybe your forehead finds the floor. Take the shoulders out of the ears. And keep drawing that navel to the spine. And feel free to work with that for as long as you would like. And then from here, take the inner knee, pull it towards you, but sort of away from you as you pull the feet towards you. And then the tendency here is to try to get those feet together. I would suggest instead, take the fingers behind you, thumbs towards you, and press slightly down into the fingers to lift and spread the chest. You're so surprised that I said that, right? And then take the inner knee and roll it into the outer knee. And take the outer knee and pull it into the hip. And pull those hips in. Baddha Konasana. So rather than trying to force the knees down, think more about lengthening through the inner thigh, lifting up through the low belly, taking the upper spine forward into the heart, and pulling the outer knee into the outer hip. And then grabbing a bolster or whatever would give you the support that you need. I'll show you what we're going to do and then you can decide. And scooching up towards the bolster, getting the soles of the feet together, letting the knees be out. So you might need even a chair if you tend to be really tight through the inner thighs. You could have your feet up on a chair. And we're coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, lying down. So here again, I hope you can feel some of the actions of a back bend, especially the low back. We'll want to go into a back bend here. But because of the feet being higher than the pelvis in this reclining position, we maintain space in the low back. And maybe you've noticed by now that that is one of our biggest aims and intentions in almost every posture. whether we're side stretching, twisting, forward folding, or back bending. We're looking to lengthen the tailbone, lengthen the sacrum, and widen the sacrum. And again, simply observing your breath, ocean breath if possible. And I have my hands on my belly. Feel free to organize your arms and hands in the way that feels best to you. Except please don't bring the shoulders above the ears. Don't do this. So you could do cactus arms or hands on the belly or Shavasana arms. And when you're ready, bringing the knees together, rolling over to one side, sitting up. And you're really well prepared now for Paschimottanasana. Again, feel free to sit on a couple of blankets if that helps you to keep from doing this. We want this. We're pulling the low back in, the low belly in, the upper spine forward, and planting the hands. So Dandasana for a moment first. And again, pull the pinky toes towards you, reach through the inner heel, bring the big toes together. The balls of the feet move away from you, toes move towards you. Inhale, arms up alongside your ears. And exhale, keep the arms by the ears, keep the spine long, back flat, navel to spine, and wherever you can reach. So that might be here, might be here, might be here. You might find a strap very useful here, or if you can reach the feet. Whatever you can do, take the elbows out to keep the chest wide and pull that upper spine forward. And then lengthen the back of the neck, slightly recede the face. Breathing in, open the chest. Breathing out, take the navel to the spine. Breathing in, reach through the inner heel. Breathing out, spin the inner thighs down to the earth. And as you're ready, inhale to come up and out. And then we'll finish the practice off with a restorative version of Paschimottanasana. So taking the bolster or some blankets onto your legs. The legs will still be lightly engaged. And then have another pillow or another bolster or block, whatever you need, so that you can rest that prefrontal cortex for a moment. And keep the arms wherever they can support that nice open chest. Just turning inward, coming fully into interoception. Giving a little stimulation to the part of the nervous system, especially the vagus nerve that's in the belly. And here we are in a little bit, letting that social engagement system rest, letting the front of the heart rest, letting the back of the heart open, but with support so that it's not collapsing, and the legs and the feet staying slightly engaged. And when you're ready, inhale, rise up, and find your way into Shavasana. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.